Some families are separated by distance, some by time, and some by decisions that were never meant to hurt, but ended up breaking hearts anyway. This is a true-to-life emotional story about love, loss, and a reunion that almost never happened. My name is Emily Carter, and for most of my life, there was a missing piece in my heart. I grew up in a small town in the United States. Our house was quiet, too quiet. My mother, Sarah, worked 2 jobs. She was always tired, always rushing, always trying to be strong. But there was something she never talked about. A locked drawer, old photos turned face down, and silence whenever I asked about my father. When I was 8 years old, I finally asked her directly, "Mom, where's my dad?" She froze. Her hands stopped moving. Her eyes filled with tears she tried hard to hide, and all she said was, "He lives far away, Emily. Sometimes love doesn't survive distance." That answer followed me for years. At school events, other kids had dads cheering from the stands. On Father's Day, teachers told us to make cards. I always made 2, one for my mom, and one I never gave to anyone. As I grew older, the questions grew louder. Why did he leave? Did he love me? Did he ever think about me? When I turned 16, I found the truth by accident. I was looking for an old charger in my mom's room when I opened that locked drawer. Inside were letters, dozens of them, all addressed to one person, my daughter Emily. My hands started shaking. The letters were from my father. He never stopped writing. He talked about missing my first steps, my first day of school, my birthdays. He wrote about sending gifts that were returned, phone calls that were never answered, and then the truth. My parents didn't divorce because they stopped loving each other. They were separated by immigration laws. My father, Daniel, was deported when I was 2 years old. He tried to come back, again and again, but every attempt failed. My mother thought protecting me meant hiding the pain. She thought if I didn't know him, I wouldn't miss him. But she was wrong. That night, I confronted her. She broke down completely. "I was afraid," she cried. "Afraid you'd hate me. Afraid you'd wait for someone who might never return." I told her the truth. I've been waiting my whole life anyway. A week later, I sent my first message. "Hi, Dad. It's Emily." His reply came in less than a minute. I've been waiting 18 years for this. We talked every day. Video calls, long messages, shared memories we never had the chance to live. But something was still missing. A hug, a real voice, a father standing in front of me. Years passed. I graduated college, started working. Life moved on, but the distance remained until one ordinary morning changed everything. My phone rang. It was my father. His voice was shaking. "Emily, I'm coming home." After 23 years, his visa was approved. I couldn't breathe. The days before his arrival felt unreal. I went to the airport early, way too early. I stood there watching strangers reunite, crying with people I didn't even know, and then I saw him. Older, gray hair, same eyes as mine. We locked eyes. For a moment, neither of us moved. Then he dropped his bag, and we ran. That hug healed something deep inside me. He whispered, "I'm home, baby." Everyone around us was crying, even strangers, because love like that is impossible to ignore. That day didn't erase the past, but it gave us a future. We still had healing to do, stories to share, time to make up for. But we were together, and sometimes that's everything. The days after my dad arrived were complicated. We laughed. We cried. We told stories we never had a chance to share. But it wasn't easy. I realized that love isn't just about being together. It's about understanding, forgiving, and learning each other again. My father didn't know what kind of person I had become. I had grown up without him. I had habits, fears, and dreams that were shaped without his guidance. He didn't know how to comfort me, how to hold my hand when life felt hard, or how to celebrate the small victories of my adulthood. At first, there were awkward silences. We argued about little things. Dinner times, TV shows, even what to call each other. Dad felt foreign on my lips, but slowly, step by step, we started to rebuild trust. We shared stories about our past. I learned about his struggles, how he tried to come back, how he felt powerless, how he missed me every single day. And he learned about mine, growing up without him, learning to navigate life with a single mother, feeling incomplete. One day, we took a walk in the park. I was scared to ask the question that had haunted me for years. Dad, why did you never give up on me? He looked at me with tears in his eyes. I could never stop loving you, Emily. Not for one day. Not for 1 hour. Even when I couldn't be there, you were always in my heart. It was then that I realized love doesn't disappear because of distance or time. It waits. It endures. It survives everything. We started creating new memories. Birthday celebrations, movie nights, late-night conversations, and even silly moments like burning popcorn together or dancing in the kitchen. The small things mattered. Each laugh, each smile, each shared moment healed the years of separation. But life threw challenges our way again. Adjusting to being together after decades apart wasn't always smooth. Sometimes the past came back to haunt us. Old arguments, unspoken frustrations, and even resentment bubbled up. I realized forgiving isn't just about saying, I forgive you. It's about truly letting go. It's about embracing the person, flaws and all. We went through therapy sessions together, father-daughter counseling, and slowly the walls came down. One evening, I found him looking at a photo of me as a child. Emily, he said softly, I should have been there for you. Every moment. I'm sorry I missed so much. I hugged him tight. Dad, you didn't miss everything. You're here now. That's what matters. There were tears. There were promises. There was hope. I realized that reunion isn't the end of a story. It's the beginning of a new chapter, filled with love, patience, and understanding. We started planning small adventures together, road trips, family dinners with my mom, visiting the town he had been forced to leave decades ago. And with each passing day, our bond grew stronger. It wasn't perfect. It was messy. It was real. And it was ours. As time passed, I realized something important. Reunion wasn't just about seeing each other. It was about learning to truly live together, to rebuild a relationship from scratch, to fill in the gaps left by years of absence. One afternoon, my dad and I sat on the porch, sipping iced tea. The sun was setting. Golden light poured across the yard. He reached over and took my hand. Emily, he said softly, I don't want you to ever think you have to forgive me. I just want you to love me now the way we can together. I felt tears well up. Dad, I already do. It was a simple sentence, but it carried decades of emotion. All the years of missed birthdays, holidays, and quiet moments. All the letters he had written. All the nights I had cried, wondering if I would ever see him again. We hugged, long and silent, letting the weight of years fall away. Life wasn't perfect after that day. We still argued. We still faced challenges, but every argument ended in understanding. Every challenge became an opportunity to grow closer. We celebrated holidays together, shared birthdays, graduation parties, and even simple Sunday dinners. And with each day, I felt the invisible walls of separation crumble. I realized that families aren't defined by proximity. They're defined by love, by effort, by choosing each other every single day. And sometimes the most emotional reunions aren't just about the people involved. They remind everyone watching, everyone listening, that it's never too late to rebuild what was lost. My father and I now talk every day. We laugh, we share dreams, and yes, we even argue about silly things like the TV remote. But we are together, and every day I wake up grateful. Grateful for the second chance. Grateful for a father who never gave up. Grateful for a family that became whole again. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Comment below if you've ever reunited with someone you thought was lost forever. We'd love to hear your story. And remember, even the longest separation can end with love, courage, and a second chance. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next emotional story.